my name is Ajibola Tajudeen, but you can call me Keeme. And today you're watching Conversations with Keeme, a show we ask stuff and we make stuff. Usually during the season, we'll have people do different things for their episode of the Conversations with Keeme, but this season we're going to be doing chains that will bind together the West Side Story community as a whole. Our guest today is the maestro for the Noack Symphony, which, as you know, is our partnership orchestra for the West Side Story production. And he's the maestro, and his name is Jonathan Yates. Woo! So, Jonathan, how long have you been the maestro of the Noack Symphony?
This is my 8th season.
Oh, 8th season, wow, okay. So what was your first season like?
My first season was really exciting. We did great stuff like Beethoven 5 and some other really beautiful projects. But what's really exciting about the Noack Symphony is how far it's come in the 8 years that I've been there. You know, we now have 6 subscription concerts, lots and lots of outreach opportunities. We, we're much more embedded in the community, and we're doing things like this, projects, that collaborate with New Paradigm and our first musical, West Side Story. Woo!
So as I've heard, you performed at Carnegie Hall at 24. You performed with the National Symphony Orchestra at 23. How was that? How did that feel?
It was very exciting. When I performed with the National Symphony, it was my conducting debut with a professional orchestra, and we did Marriage of Figaro Overture, and I'll never forget it. Carnegie Hall, I was so nervous that it was like having an out-of-body experience. I literally felt like I was looking down at myself. I've never had that experience before or since. And the thing about Carnegie is it was totally sold out. And so it was just wild to look out at these huge, beautiful audience of faces in that gorgeous, gorgeous space. And I've been back to Carnegie several times since, and it never gets tired.
When did you know you wanted to be in the entertainment industry?
So I always loved it from the time, I started playing when I was 6, but my whole family was in law, so I think they all assumed I would do the same. They were totally supportive, fortunately, but it wasn't until I was maybe, like late middle school where I was like, oh my God, there's nothing else I can do with my life. I'm stuck with this. I've always been grateful, to be passionate about what you do. There's no greater gift. There really isn't.
So today we saw you working with the Noack Youth Orchestra. How is that different than working with the Noack Adult Orchestra?
Yes. So, they're both really inspiring in different ways. Like, the kids bring this youthful enthusiasm, and we do rep that works really well for high school students, although they always overwhelm me with how advanced we can go. And then the pros are pros, they really are. So we can do things like West Side Story, which is an incredibly difficult work, and they just bring it. They're beautifully complementary situations, I really enjoy working with both very much.
What makes you most nervous about doing your first musical?
So there's a lot logistically involved, right? We've got a big cast, a big orchestra, lots of exciting elements going on, and so that's always challenging and a little nerve-wracking, but I'm mostly excited rather than nervous, just because I know it's going to be a really great show.
Actually, we're going to try one more time. 64 over, please. Final time. 64 over. One more time. Yeah. Lane out.
Has there ever been any time in your life where you've experienced that?
I've been very fortunate, I have to say. I grew up in Chicago. I went to a really diverse high school. I come from a really supportive background. So I have to say I've been really lucky, but I think I feel that the fortune I've had in my own life makes me feel that much more, makes it feel that much more compelling to me to tell a story like this. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm well aware of, for people who, come from a variety of backgrounds, how tough this stuff can be. I mean, even being a gay man, I've been very lucky. Like, I've had nothing but love from my family and my friends. And, but people have that stuff rough a lot of times. So I think that's what makes something like West Side Story always timely, no matter what, and always applicable to, different sorts of life experiences. It may specifically just be about a Caucasian gang and a Puerto Rican gang, but it transcends that specific scenario.
Fiddles alone, violins, and playing
What would you say to young leaders who want to lead in their community?
I would say again, pull from your experiences. Do what feels honest and idealistic for what you see needs to be done. I mean, I think that's the best advice you can do. Is just like, as long as it comes from a place of real idealism, and not trying to just kind of force your opinion or your beliefs onto other people, then you'll find a way to lead.
All right, so we're gonna show our work. This is our chain for today. It has our signatures and West Side Story and No Symphony Orchestra on it. So thank you guys so much for joining us here on Conversation with Keeme. I want you to remember your voice is your power, so use it. Keeme out.
Conversations with Keeme is produced with support from the Department of Economic and Community Development, Connecticut Office of the Arts, which also receives support from the National Endowment for the Arts, a federal agency.